Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, El Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah, Kodash. Double wonders unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to the whole full elect. This is Payala. And this is news and prophecy, prophecy and news. I got an article here from the sun.co.uk, and the title reads, Cover Charge. Brits can be fined up to £6,400 for not wearing a mask in shops or on public transport as law comes into force tomorrow, alright, which is today. Now this is in line with everything that's been happening throughout the course of this Crown Royal and the normalcy bias, desensitization of the people to the status quo. Alright, I know I kind of said a lot of like fancy, not even words, but just phrases. But to just simply put it, it's getting the people ready for the charagma. Alright, and this is just Esau doing the Heavenly Father's bidding on the left hand side, man. As it tells you in Revelation 19, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So basically, with that being said, these things that are happening are all a testament to the spirit of Yahweh Shai, being this word, the prophecy is coming to pass. And you have, the Great Reset, the new normal, all these are buzzwords that are basically in line with that. So bring it up to date with this present article. We're now in the Crown Royal arrived going back to 2019, but really, lockdown came into force in March of 2020, alright? And then you had 2020, you had earlier this year as well, alright, end of 2020 again. So we're looking at another lockdown, alright, impending over here in the UK. And there's slight changes that's been made as well, because you had the health minister, Sajid Javid, who basically came out and basically said that, can I word it where it's to the point? He basically came out and said that anyone travelling from any countries arriving in the UK outside of the red listed ones, I believe, from the red listed ones, you can look it up because it's kind of escaping me at this moment. But basically, it's a thing of you have to quarantine for 10 days in a government facility, alright? The internment camps, they've been here for a while, but now they're really, here to stay. So, let's get into this article. So it says, Brits who fail to wear a mask in shops or on public transport face a maximum fine of £6,400 from tomorrow. Penalties of £200 will be handed to people in England who don't wear a face covering under new government rules to crack down on the Omicron variation. So it says there are 11 confirmed cases of the variation in the UK, with boosters and second jabs now extended to millions more Brits to bolster the nation's vaccine defences. But another Xmas lockdown hasn't been ruled out as a last resort to tackle Omicron. Alright? As Health Minister Sajid Javid insisted, we must learn to live with novel. Alright? So it's saying they're learning to live with it, but they're saying even if you've been vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask, man. So you have a lot of people that have been hoodwinked into believing that you just conform and do X, Y, and Z and you'll be good. But the reality is that that's a lie, man. Alright, it says Brits have been urged to get their third yabs and start self-testing regularly to help avoid further restrictions over the festive period. Alright, as well as shops, buses, trains, and trams. Masks must be worn in hairdressers, nail salons, banks, and post offices in England under new curbs from 4 a.m. tomorrow. Masks won't be required in the hospitality sector, meaning they aren't needed in restaurants and pubs or by law in venues like concerts, cinemas, and theatres. Legislation went before the Commons today, with MPs due to vote on the new restrictions within 28 days. Alright, so they're really gonna, within the next month or so, heading into the same kind of period as before the winter season, whereby they really, put the lockdown on people. But let's see what they have in store. People who continually fail to comply with the rules will have their fine doubled with each offence. A first fine will cost £200, with a second infraction £400, and £800 charge for a third offence, up to the maximum penalty of 6,400. Rules are different in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, where masks are already required in certain settings. MPs also can't be forced by Parliament to wear masks while in the Commons. Alright? And it's really showing you the hypocrisy, because what is the main thing that they've been given advice by their scientific advisors? They've been told that if they're in a closed environment, that they should wear a mask. Alright? So it really shows you, if it's really that deadly, why wouldn't they be doing it? Especially with many of the MPs in there being in those prime ages as to where, the novid is the most potent. Alright? And that's why it came out that there's an anagram in the new variant, alright, which I'm sure is Omni as opposed to Omi. I'll just have to double check, but basically, it's moronic, alright, because it's more or less, a jab that is actually following these rules, alright, and kind of showing, and a lot like the jokes on you. In this race between the vaccines and virus, this variation may have been given the virus extra legs. The restrictions mark a screeching U-turn in England's roadmap out of lockdown. Alright? So what's really being said there, alright? A lot of people would have said, well, I thought I was out of lockdown. But it's saying that this is a U-turn, so we're heading back into lockdown. We're just about to get out of it, but we're going back into it, basically. So that means that this whole period, we're still within those restrictions. But a lot of people won't realise that that's the case, because it doesn't feel like, again, that's that normalcy bias that what's the other word? But the normalcy bias, the desensitization of the people to the fact that, to the things that's going on. Brits were finally allowed to fling off their masks on July 19th this year, as the nation celebrated Freedom Day and the end to all restrictions. Mr. Javid was warned more cases are expected in the coming days, with the Omicron spreading to other countries. Experts have warned Omicron, which spreads rapidly and has about 50 mutations, could pose a threat to current vaccines. All right. So look, man, this just really shows you that hey, you mess with Esau, you ain't getting no peace, man. All right. Let me read this actually. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna read a slew of scriptures quickly. Um, First one I start with is Job, because this is what you get when you mess with Esau. It's Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value, right? And that's what Esau is, a physician of no value, all right? Because what does it say? It says this. This is one of my favorite proverbs, man. And it reads, Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beasts, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Alright? And this Maxine is a tender mercy of the wicked, but it's cruel. Alright? It's basically bringing about death. Alright? Because let's not forget that the wicked was made for the day of evil, being the sword of the Heavenly Father in his left hand. Alright? As it tells you in Psalm 17:10. But in saying that, this is what you get when you dwell with the Lord. It's the book of Psalms 91 and 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Alright, wait, let me read into it actually. From verse 9 it says, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Alright? So that's it, man. Alright? That's what happens when you trust in the Lord. All this stuff that Esau's putting out there is just, showing that he really is a physician of no value. Because these things are doing people no good. Alright? And basically his word is mud. Because he keeps going back on it. Saying, oh yeah, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And no one's ever gonna catch a break. Alright? So it says, but Mr. Javid insisted that Christmas lockdown can be avoided if Brits can get their booster yabs, and start self-testing regularly as ministers vow to be on the front foot in the fight against Omicron. Mr. Javid said, in this race between vaccines and viruses, this variation may have given the virus extra legs. Strengthen defenses. Our strategy is to buy time and strengthen defenses while scientists learn more. Professor John Van Tam described the variant as the new kid on the block, warning scientists from around the world have been left concerned. He told the nation at Downing Street briefing, it's always been a case at some point we'll get a variation that gives us heightened concern. We're at that moment with Omicron. Alright. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so with that I pray you edify to the next one. Shalom.